Welcome back to the first episode of Match Reviews. First off, sorry for the delay, I was messing around with this annoying avatar animation, but anyway, let's get into it. El Clásico in the Spanish Super Cup. Barcelona totally smashed their biggest rivals Real Madrid with a 5-2 scoreline in the final. And they did it with just 10 players too. Barcelona dominated from start to finish, and Hansi Flick just schooled Ancelotti. This match was big for both teams. We all remember the first El Clásico of the season, when Flick's boys absolutely humiliated Real Madrid at Santiago Bernabeu in their own backyard. At the time, Barca was sitting pretty in first place in La Liga, but injuries hit them hard. Lamine Yamal was out, and things started to go south for them. Real Madrid, on the other hand, had some injury issues too, especially in defense, but they kept grinding and managed to climb to second in La Liga, leaving Barca in third. Real Madrid was looking for revenge after that 4-0 thumping earlier this season. They had the chance to tie up the Spanish Super Cup champions record with Barca if they won. But nope, Barcelona humiliated them again, winning 5-2 and bagging their 15th Super Cup title. This is huge for Barcelona. It's their first trophy in 2025, and they needed this kind of boost in the middle of the season. Now they've got to keep up this form in La Liga and Champions League. As for Real Madrid, this was a reality check. Their defense was awful, and the management needs to seriously rethink their strategy. The defense is a mess, and with the January transfer window open, they're not even trying to fix it. Ancelotti's decisions didn't help either. Playing Vasquez and Tchouaméni on the right was a huge mistake, and Barca took full advantage of that. Real Madrid's attack was all over the place too. They didn't have any structure, and when they tried to counterattack, it was just a disaster. Barcelona shut them down every time. It seemed like they were relying too much on individual brilliance from Mbappé and Vinicius Jr., but that wasn't enough. Barca might have weaknesses too, but Real Madrid didn't do enough to exploit them. Hansi Flick got the tactics right, using a perfect 4-3-3 formation that neutralized Madrid's defense. If we look at Madrid's midfield, Camavinga, Fede Valverde, and Jude Bellingham are all great players, but they didn't do their jobs properly. Fede was supposed to track Pedri, Gavi was on Camavinga, and Bellingham was supposed to shadow Caicedo, but he completely failed at that. Honestly, it was one of his worst games. The whole team was sloppy with the ball, but Bellingham in particular just couldn't keep it together. Now Pedri was a standout again. He didn't score or assist, but his playmaking was on another level. If you asked me to watch him for 24 hours straight, I would. His passing, his turns, his decision making, he was just brilliant. Caicedo was great too, showing that aggression to win second balls, and that assist for Rafinha's goal was top notch. Gavi also had a solid game in midfield. On defense, Barcelona started with Inigo Martinez and Koundé, and they were doing well until Martinez got injured. Araujo came in to replace him, and even though there's talk of him possibly being sold, he played well. Koundé was solid too. He pushed forward and combined well with Lamine Yamal. Speaking of Lamine Yamal, this kid is unreal. He's only 17 and plays like he's in his prime. That goal he scored reminded me of Messi. It's crazy how confident and composed he is, and the whole team just seems to play better when he's out there. He's got that special aura, you know? La Masia keeps churning out these gems. I saw this cool stat about Rafinha, Lewandowski, and Lamine Yamal. 3 generations of players all playing incredible football together. And remember when those 3 scored in the same match? Yeah, it was that 4-0 El Clásico, when Madrid got absolutely battered. Lewandowski also played well in this match. He's had his issues with finishing in the past, but he was clinical here. His first touch was great, and his finishing was spot on. Flick gave him a specific role. He dropped deeper into midfield, pulling defenders like Rudiger with him, which created space for players like Gavi. It was a brilliant tactical move. Barcelona kept exploiting that gap between Vasquez and Tchouaméni. Vasquez just can't play in that position, and Ancelotti decided to keep him there. That mistake made it easier for Barcelona to control the game. Vinicius Jr. didn't do much in this one, but Mbappé had a decent game. After the match, Ancelotti said that aside from Mbappé, everyone else was terrible. Honestly, if Szczęsny hadn't made that blunder and gotten a red card, the scoreline might have been even worse. Barcelona was testing Courtois with every attack, and they tore Madrid's defense apart. Real Madrid just couldn't handle the long balls, and every time they tried, the ball ended up at Barcelona's feet. They couldn't win the second balls either. Barcelona was hungry to get the ball, while Madrid just wasn't. Madrid's defense was non-existent. They've got major issues there. If they don't bring in reinforcements soon, even mid-table teams will exploit them. And their attack, half-hearted at best. Barcelona shut it down with ease. For Barcelona, this win should be a huge confidence boost. Let's hope they use it to kickstart their comeback in La Liga. As for Real Madrid, it's time to rethink everything and figure out how to fix those defense issues. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more videos.